Hey guys, Kyle from YWT back with another Philadelphia Flyers game recap. It is Tuesday, January 19th, and the Philadelphia Flyers just defeated the Buffalo Sabres 3-0. Brian Elliott with an absolute masterpiece. We haven't gotten the 3-star information yet, but I suspect he will be the first star of this game. I believe it ended up being a 40-save shutout unofficially. The Moose was loose tonight. He absolutely stole the game. There were several occasions where Brian Elliott made a save that he had no business making, and he kept the Philadelphia Flyers ahead in this game. He kept the Flyers in control. He was the rock, and when things didn't look great up front, when things didn't look great in the neutral zone, when things didn't look great in the defensive end, Brian Elliott saved the day. And I don't think that's overstating things. Obviously, other people played well too. We'll talk about Jacob Voracek, Travis Konechny, Kevin Hayes as we move along here. But really, the story is Brian Elliott. And other people are going to get some attention, and the physicality is going to get some attention, and etc. But I really honestly think the story is Brian Elliott. He was the best Flyer on the ice. But we are going to talk about the other guys first, a little bit here as we go along. Travis Konechny probably played his – man, it's tough to say Travis Konechny played his best game of the season after he just had a hat trick the other night, his first career hat trick, Friday night against the Penguins. But Travis Konechny probably had his most effective game of the season from an antagonist standpoint, from that Travis Konechny that we all know and love, that we all quoted from the Stadium series. That Travis Konechny was in peak form tonight. And when you combine that with the scoring touch he showed the other night, and he had a nose for the net tonight, scoring the goal as well, that proved to be the game winner on an absolutely beautiful move. Travis Konechny is emerging as a really good hockey player. And we saw this team bounce back a little bit without Sean Couturier. But part of the reason they bounced back was that Travis Konechny shouldered a lot of that load. When the puck was in play, it was on or around Travis Konechny's stick whenever he was on the ice. In terms of skaters, right, I talked about Brian Elliott kind of being the best Flyer tonight, and I do think that's the case. But as far as the skaters go, it's probably Travis Konechny. Ivan Provorov had a good game. Jacob Voracek, Kevin Hayes. It was a solid performance, and it was a performance that this team needed to have after, again, a performance that was pretty disappointing last night. If you watched my video last night, it wasn't a good enough effort, and this team came out tonight, and you saw a full effort for 60 minutes, and that included some overtime effort because you were missing Phil Myers for a large chunk of the game. Someone else went out at some point for a little bit with Oscar Lindblom missed a couple of shifts. He was shaken up after, I believe, blocking a shot. So people had to pull some overtime tonight, right? We had some guys that missed some time, and the rest of the team stepped up. It wasn't the cleanest game. It was a little bit of a fire drill at times, up and down the ice. Buffalo trading chances back and forth. Again, Brian Elliott had something in the neighborhood of 40 saves. Buffalo definitely had their chances in this one. It wasn't, for a long time, the game was 1-0, and it wasn't a boring 1-0. It wasn't a one-sided or a slow. It was action-packed, fast-paced. Borderline looked like 3-on-3 at times. And part of that chaos, part of that up and down, part of that fire drill led to the Travis Konechny goal. Oscar Lindblom with an absolutely gorgeous bank pass hit Travis Konechny, hitting the blue line in stride, and he takes it in and finishes it over the top shoulder of Hutton, the left shoulder of Hutton, I believe. And it was pretty. And there's nothing else you can say. Or no, I'm sorry, he didn't go over the shoulder. He went 5-hole because he came in and he head faked like he was going to throw it high, and he didn't, and he slipped it between the legs, and it was absolutely filthy. Travis Konechny has hands, and there's really nothing else you can say about that. He scored the game winner, and he got the assist from Oscar Lindblom, and it was just an absolutely phenomenal effort by one of your best forwards tonight. And when it comes to bounce back performances, I think that's what this was tonight. And I'm hoping that continues, because you got the 2 points you needed out of Boston or out of Buffalo tonight. After you lost last night, and especially after you lost last night the way you did, 2 points were necessary tonight against Buffalo. 56 game schedule, all these things that we've talked about ad nauseum and we'll continue to talk about ad nauseum. You got to get 2 points, and they got 2 points. And when it comes down to it, that's what you did. And now you have to go in, and you probably have to get at least 2 from Boston. You'd really like to get 3 out of Boston. And that's not going to be easy. They're a very good team. But I'm comfortable at this point saying so are the Flyers. Obviously, we have to see how things go with Phil Myers. He was shaken up for a little bit, see if he misses any time. We have to see how everyone's feeling, because a lot of Flyers missed some time tonight. Multiple Flyers missed shifts. And as long as everyone's ready to go, and if the same lineup that rolled tonight rolls in on Thursday against the Boston Bruins, I think the Flyers have a chance. Obviously, we know they won't have Sean Couturier, but if they have the guys they had tonight, I think they have a chance, because Boston has not looked great, honestly. And I believe they play tomorrow night, they played last night, and they don't play again until the Flyers come into town. So they have a couple days to practice and figure it out. Flyers haven't really had a chance to practice. I don't know if they're going to practice tomorrow. I imagine they probably will. You're going to a team that's prepared, right? Boston has had a couple days off. They had a rough start, and coach got a chance to run them up and down the ice in practice, and I'm sure he's going to, and I'm sure they're going to come out on Thursday a motivated team, right? It's their home opener for whatever that means in this weird COVID year. But Boston's going to have their feet under them, and the Flyers have to be ready. And if you come out and you looked like you looked tonight, it's probably not going to be good enough, because Boston's a better team than Buffalo is, and Boston can probably convert better than Buffalo, showed they could. So it's tough, right? You got to go to Boston, and you'd like to get 3 points. And we don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll find out on Thursday. And in the meantime, make sure to follow us on Twitter at YWT Podcast. We'll be up tweeting all about this game. And, if anything funny gets said in the post game, we'll definitely talk about that over on Twitter, because some Flyers have had a year this year. And in the meantime, make sure you follow us everywhere. It's on the bottom of your screen right now. SportsTalkPhilly.com presents us. We're at YWT Podcast. Kevin is at Kevin_Durso. If you're here, you probably listen to the show. And if you listen to the show, thank you very much. And if you don't, hi, check out the podcast that's on this YouTube channel from this past Sunday. We've been doing that every week for the last couple of years at this point. So if you're finding these videos because of the podcast, thank you. If you're finding the podcast because of these videos, thank you. And in the meantime, I'll be back Thursday. I imagine Kevin will probably be back Thursday with his pregame. I know I will definitely be back Thursday with my postgame. And I live with a Boston Bruins fan, so we'll see how that goes.